So the first thing to say about schools is that in a sense, there are three separate risks that people are concerned about in terms of schools. One of them is risk to children. And although, sadly, there are a very small number of children who do get severe disease, actually it is extremely small. The risk, the one good thing about this virus, and it is really only one good thing, is very, very low in children, which is in contrast to many other infectious diseases. So the risk to children is very, very low. The second question is having primary schools come back going to lead to a significant upswing or a change in the R? And this has been modelled very carefully by SAGE, and Sir Patrick might want to add to this. But the view is, if it's done very carefully, if it's done slowly, then it is very unlikely to do that. But it has to be done very, very carefully. And Patrick may wish to add to that comment very, very slowly. The third thing is that teachers and parents are understandably concerned about individual risk, and that's very much what we're consulting on at the moment with the profession, and it is very important that we have a proper debate around that to make sure people understand that we can do many things to reduce the risk. As with all of society, with an infectious disease, you can never reduce the risk completely to zero, and that's not a realistic aspiration, but we can reduce the risk very significantly. The biggest thing, though, to reduce the risk is to get the virus down. That makes the risk low for everyone in the community.
Just to add a little bit to that, we said on the way in that actually schools are a relatively small part of the overall spread. They're not nothing, but they are a relatively small part. Therefore, now, in terms of key workers and vulnerable children in at school, that's okay. That's the bit that's done now. We didn't recommend from SAGE that primaries came back now. There's got to be a bit more time to see that there's room to be able to do that in terms of the changes. And as the Prime Minister has laid out, that will be done in a very staged way, so it's not all primaries coming back. It's some classes, it's reduced class sizes. That allows that to be monitored so that the effect can be seen. So it's not as simple as to say everything comes back now and the R's okay. It needs to be done carefully, step by step, and measured.